Okay, he's probably going to start with Jingles. So I guess starting with Mr. Delver is probably a good idea. Let me go for... I'm going to go for a missile first. I'm fairly certain he's going to swap out Jingles, so I'll try to get some damage into him quickly. And I'm not sure if I want to go for Build Turret in case he has Shell Shield. Okay. Maybe he has Feed. I guess he has Gift, but he didn't want to use it because it's weak damage. So that's a pretty decent start. I think I want to swap this guy out since he does strong damage to me. Let me go for a missile. Okay. Well, I'll go for Build Turret because this guy can't block the damage. I think I probably want to eat the minefield with Roggy because he probably has strong damage versus critters. Alright. If I go for Sandstorm, it's going to block all my turret damage. So I guess I'll go for Mudslide. He's probably going to go for Armageddon here. We could win the coin toss and kill him first. It's pretty huge. Avoid a lot of damage with that. Alright, well, Call Darkness will just about one-shot him already, so I don't think I even need to bother going for Sandstorm. I think I'll just go for Ooze Touches. And that way my Darkness doesn't have a chance to miss later. Alright, let's see. 1462. Yeah. Even if he had Shell Shield, I could just go for a Sticky Web first to guarantee that Darkness kills him, so. I think Jingles was the scariest pet, so I think having mechanical damage is a good idea. How would this do versus the Black Fuse Bombling? Well, he doesn't have a way to avoid Ice Tomb, really. I think this team will do fine if I get a rematch. I still kind of feel like running missiles just better than batter. So far, this team is 50-50. And I feel like the win rate would be a lot higher if I just had missile a couple times. So this guy's probably running Refuge since he has two critters. Maybe he has double Refuge. Mr. Delver's going to be very helpful. I think I'll start with Alpine Foxling, since he's likely to have a Darkness pet as his first pet. Go for Dazzling Dance. Alpine Foxling's going to be great here, because I take weak damage from Darkness, and I do strong damage to the Ghost Pup. Maybe I'll save him for later, though. Maybe I save him, maybe I go for Crouch. I think I want to go for one of these pets while he has those refuges up. I think Mr. Delver's the move here because sneak attack does extra damage to undeads. Oh, he missed twice. That is huge. That puts me very far ahead. This would probably be a close game if it wasn't for that, but it could still be close if I miss once or twice. Yeah. Alright. So that team was a little bit scarier, I think. But I think if I have, like, maybe Clone Dance, that'd probably be a pretty solid answer. That or, like, a Fouling Buzzer or Violent Pultrid, something with, like, an AoE bleed. We have Clone Dance here. That would probably do okay. So we have Clone Dance here, but I don't know how well this team will do versus double critters. I'm thinking... Might do okay. Let's just try it out, see how it goes. It's not the best Clone Dance team I could ever pick if I get a rematch, but I think just having Cyclone versus like a refuge team is a pretty decent idea. And so with this team, I could probably start with my Beast, take the Darkness, weak damage, and then go for Lucky Dance, and then swap in my Flyer to get Clone Dance going. And then once I have Lucky Dance up, Nocturnal Strike's guaranteed to land. And Cyclone will clean out his refuge so he can't avoid it. Nightshade's Boutling's a really good pet, so even though he has a pet that kind of counters it with the SS Phosphor Rat, I think I'll do okay. I mean, I was worried about him having two critters because I have an Elemental that does weak damage to Elementals, but my Beast is a double counter to both of those Darkness critters because he takes weak damage from Darkness, and he has some Beast attacks. Kind of a gimmicky team. I have the same team twice here, so this is kind of the gimmick build, and then this is going to be the conventional build with just like full-on Darkness on all three pets. I'll run Prowl on this one since I don't have Cyclone. Maybe it'd actually just be better for me to run Lucky Dance instead of Prowl, because I can still combine Lucky Dance with Nocturnal Strike versus, say, Elementals. I could also try running Nature's Ward on this team, but I think having Darkness with the Nocturnal Strike is decent. I guess either one is good between Prowl or Lucky Dance, because if you run Prowl, you could one-shot for 1400 damage. Plus a Beast ratio could be like, I don't know, 1750 or so? Maybe more. It's 25% extra damage. We can do the math real quick. So it's 714, right? 713. Times 1.25 times 2. Yeah, almost 1800 damage with a Beast Racial. There's a lot of ways to avoid it, like a Magic Racial or Ethereal or Deflection, or just a simple dodge or decoy, but if they don't have a way to avoid it, that is a pretty scary one-shot. Then again, having Lucky Dance with Nocturnal Strike could be nice if I'm fighting elementals. If I'm fighting healing elementals, I think the fact that I have 3 darkness pets on this team is probably going to be enough. I don't think I need to depend on landing Nocturnal Strikes to win, so I think Prowl might be slightly better, maybe. I guess it depends what I queue into. Okay, so we have Indigo, Alarmo Dog, Spirit Crab. That Indigo is a big problem for my whole team. I'm going to start with a Nightshade Sproutling in case he starts with his Alarmo Dog. Okay, he's starting with Indigo, so I think what I'll do probably is I could start with Sable. I could take weak damage from Kick. And he went straight for it, so now it's on cooldown, so I can just go for Lucky Dance. And then get my Clone Dance rolling. I take weak damage from his attacks now, so that's good. So we can go for Cyclone while he's dodging, and then I can Nocturnal Strike with a crit buff. Now that his dodge is gone. And if he swaps to the back line, Cyclone will probably just kill him, so he kind of has to stay in and fight me as a bad matchup. That's realistically his best option, in my opinion. So I have 2 options here. I can either bring in the Nightshade Sproutling to try to blind the minefield and then swap into Sable, or I can just eat the minefield with my Elemental later. I think I'll just bring in the Elemental. It seems like the safe option. Especially because he went for over 2, and if I brought in my Beast now, he would just die to like 2 Okay, I'll at least try to blind him in case he's dumb enough to stay in and let me blind his minefield. But surely he brings in Indigo here. No? Okay. Big misplay. Now, what I don't know is, does blind properly counter alert? I feel like alert will probably still hit me through... Oh, he didn't go for it. Okay. But yeah, while he's blinded, I can just swap in, and that minefield will guarantee miss. I think I caught him off guard running the Clone Dance build. He's probably expecting Triple Darkness, because if you look at this team and you don't know what I'm running, I could easily be running Call Darkness on all 3 of these pets. And I actually have exactly the same team right here, just in case I want to try it out. Okay, so Indigo. I think if I'm fighting Indigo, running my own Alarmo Dog or some kind of mechanical pet, or the Alpine Foxling is probably my best bet. Generally, the Alpine Foxling's my favorite. So I could maybe run my own Alarmo Dog. What else could be fun? How would this team do versus Indigo? So the Stone Grinder can take away his minefield, which is pretty nice. And I do strong damage to his mechanical. I feel like it'd be a close game. The fact that I have 2 priority moves is annoying for Indigo, but this one's weak damage to him, so I'm not loving this team specifically versus Indigo, but versus the other 2 pets I think it would do fine. Maybe I'll just play it, because there's a chance I get somebody else. I'll just play it. His team isn't like... He's not playing like Anomalous, Lost Quill, and Indigo or anything. He's playing fun pets, and then his strongest pet happens to be Indigo. Which this team is it's like kind of an even matchup versus that last team he's running. He does like Minefield. That's the second time we've seen him with a Minefield pet, so I think having Stone Grinder is going to be fantastic, since I can clean up his Minefield. I did want to test if Alert can hit through blind or not, because I know some multi-hit attacks will just kind of ignore blind. Like, I think maybe it'll make the first hit miss, and then the second 2 aren't affected by blind. I don't use this pet enough to know. But I feel like there's at least a chance that it hits through blind, kind of similar to how Bone Barrage can. Or maybe it used to and they fixed it. I'm not sure. Maybe I should pick another team that has a blind on it, just to test it out. I mean, I feel like it shouldn't hit through blind, but there's definitely a lot of exceptions to that. Like, I know Zoomies hits through blind, Bone Barrage hits through blind. Pretty sure there's several barrage abilities that can hit through blind. I know at least Bone Barrage can. I think Nut Barrage too. I'm not sure about Make It Rain or like Egg Barrage or Rock Barrage. This team will probably not do fantastic if I queue into the guy with it's either double or triple refuge. I actually don't know. Let's check real quick. Strong versus dragon. Pet type critter. It was the Black Chasm Crawler. Okay, so he has shell armor, not... I'm pretty sure it was the Black Chasm Crawler. So he has 2 pets with refuge, but that's still gonna be difficult for me to deal with if I don't have either a spammable AoE or Cyclone or something. Or a barrage ability or a turret or immolation, something that's like a decoy breaker passively. Okay, random. We got 2 wayward spirits. I wonder what he's going for here. Zoom should do great since I'm running slow and steady. I'm not sure if I want to start with Stone Grinder or Snarly. I'm guessing Stone Grinder's good because he probably has some magic damage. So let's try to dot him up here. I'm assuming, yeah, that he has Spirit Fire Beam on both of them. It's probably better than Curse of Doom. So he might go for a Fade. Let's go for a Thunderbolt, see what he does, yeah. So we can still hit his back line. And then I can dot this one. Might Fade again. So I'm hesitant to go for cleanup. If he fades, it'll bring in a random pet. That's going to be that one. Well, at this point, we go for another wood chipper. Let's see what he does. Okay, yeah. So now his fades are on cooldown. I can go for a slow and steady, and he can't avoid it with anything. I don't know if it's worth swapping just to do that, because it won't go off for 2 turns, but... I can go for a slow and steady at some point. Maybe I'll do that once this pet's dead. Stone Grinder just kind of 1v3s here because he has all magic damage. And I could punish him for swapping with my... dots and AoE. Right, I guess I may as well stay in, huh? Because I take weak damage here. I might not have to use my other pets at all. Stone Grinder's doing great here. Don't think I need to worry about going for slow and steady. His team's already pretty low HP. Split him up. Get as much work done as I can with Stone Grinder before he eventually dies. I might get one more Thunderbolt off if he low rolls on my mechanical round. Oh, it's Bone Bite. Alright, well... Stone Grinder's gonna die here, so let's get off one more wood chipper. Oh, never mind. I'll survive just barely. Get off one more Thunderbolt. We'll bring in Snarly because he takes weak damage here. We'll do 25% less damage once he's on his undead racial. If I could quit lagging out. Could have had an Elec plushie as my third pet. Stone Grinder just about 1v3'd. Alright, we'll play for one more win, and then call it for now. Feeling like playing a flyer is a bad idea in case I get a rematch with that guy. So maybe a team that doesn't have a flyer on it. Play Sable, the Blazehound. We're running Sniff Out now. But I have a flyer. I don't know if that's a good idea versus that last guy. Do I have any other teams that look like more fun? I can maybe still win, though. I mean, Sniff Out does strong damage versus undead, so does Egg Barrage. Do you have any other teams with Sable that don't have a flyer on them? Okay, so here's another clone dance team with Sable. Put it in tryout teams because I don't think it's viable. I think it's a little too gimmicky running. So say I'm running Lucky Dance with Cyclone. I'm running Autumn Breeze. But then I have Call Darkness, which nerfs my stone form healing. I mean, if I get that last guy, I'll probably do fine. I'm a little worried about this Jingles or Indigo guy. Yeah, let's try it out. I don't expect it to win, but maybe if I don't queue into it. I mean, so far these teams haven't been very overpowered or anything, so if I get one of these kind of more fun teams, I have a chance, I think. Oh, got an aquatic. Clone Dance should do pretty good here. We might start with Murgleton. So, I think what I want to do here probably is, I think start with Sable to take weak damage from... Oh, interesting. He's starting with Venom Wing. He might go for a Sticky Web, which messes with my strategy. I think I'll go for Call Darkness first, since I think he's going to root me. Yeah. So now, I'll go for a Leap. And then I'll go for Lucky Dance in case he doesn't root me. Nice. So I can save Sable for later and get Clone Dance going. With Lucky Dance, or Uncanny Luck. I'm rooted. While my Cyclone's kind of ticking away on his team, I think it's a good time to go for Autumn Breeze. And I'm an elemental, so darkness doesn't nerf my healing. And I still have a crit buff, so this Wild Winds might kill him here. Oh, it definitely will. Yeah, let's get that Wild Winds down in case he brings in the Aquatic later. Oh, 25% miss. That's very helpful. Alright, so Cyclone should start doing work, although my Uncanny Luck is expiring. I might go for a Frog Kiss. I'm gonna go for Wild Winds. Okay. I know this guy's running Pump and Frog Kiss. Surprised he's saving Murgleton for the end. He might be able to 1v3 though. I have to be careful. I still need to hit him, I think, 3 times. No, I need to hit him 2 times because I have my Wild Winds down, so he'll be below his first magic racial, if that makes sense. He's gonna kill me, surely. Maybe he's greedy and he goes for a Shadow Shock and gets a turbo low roll, so I'll go for the the Autumn Breeze just in case. He did go for Shadow Shock, but he got a high roll. I guess I'll bring in Sable, kind of force him to use a cooldown. so that he doesn't have that cooldown for Cobble Shell. I'll go for Leap in case I survive here and don't get stunned. And yeah, we 2-pet him. Clone Dance was great because he had an aquatic and no way to deal with that Clone Dance. But he could have spammed Sticky Web. It was a mistake for him to go for that Savage Talon instead of Sticky Web because it allowed me to swap in my Elemental and get Clone Dance going. But also, it put him so far behind that he had a 10%. No, not a 10%. It was a 25%. But regardless, it was an RNG miss from Autumn Breeze. So I think that could have been very winnable if it wasn't for that. So we got a win, but not versus like the craziest team ever. But yeah, that's 5 games. Kind of fun team, so I'll queue some more in a bit. Try out some more of these teams with Sable. If you have any team suggestions for him, let me know and I'll try them out. I like the fact that he has like several different viable builds. You can run Proud Call Darkness, kind of like the Feline Familiar. You can run Lucky Dance with like Cyclone and Rock Barrage. I didn't get to try that combo there, but that's why I have Cobble Shell here, is because Rock Barrage will do big damage with Lucky Dance. And then you can run like Sniff Out with traps. So he's kind of a fun pet. Very squishy though, very much a glass cannon, not even 1300 health. But his speed's alright, and his attack power is pretty good. And then you could either run a basic attack or just have Leap for the extra speed. I feel like Leap is a little more fun. I don't know, maybe here I'd go Leap, I think is a little better so that I could throw down a trap. Swap in Sable, go for a Leap, and then with a 100% speed boost I can go for Sniff Out and interrupt him with the trap and Sniff Out. That could be a fun combo. Then you got Lucky Dance paired with Mothballs and Cyclone. I'll try this team later. It's not going to work out versus like a tier team or anything, but versus like fun teams like what I've been queuing into, it could be a fun team to try out. So, queue some more teams in a little bit, and I'll see you all in the next video.